So I would like to comment about your video and my take on what the psychological report means. Um, we know that the human brain is very associative, and being associative in the way that neurons work, we tend to dichotomize into different categories and form associations between categories. It's just part of the human condition. Um, a good example of this is what the psychologists were talking about, the activation of choice, and how it affects people's decisions about public policy. Um, to me, choice is not an on-off switch. There's always choice involved. There's a spectrum of choice, if you will. Unless you're completely apathetic, then you have no choice. If you don't exert any willpower or any energy at all, then I guess you're not making a choice if you're apathetic, okay? But if you're energetic and you're trying to achieve some end, either individual end or some common end through some organization, there's always choice there. So the idea that there's this category choice, which is just personal choice, this other category, which is public policy or public good, as they would say, as is separate and distinct category, I don't see them as distinct or being opposites. I see them being a continuum of one thing, one spectrum of the number of people they need to get involved and organized in order to be able to select that choice. For example, our system of government works through that way. We have a democracy in which if you want a certain policy to be instituted, you have to have a number of people who are also interested in having that policy implemented, okay? So it's choice. It's the ability to choose something that you could not choose by yourself, for yourself. You need other people in order to make that choice. They have to agree with you. So it's organizing in order to choose something, collectively choose something for yourself. An example would be in society. Having a capitalist society, for example, is something that a lot of people choose together, okay? It gets instituted as laws and institutions for supporting capitalism, okay? It's because that's what we as a society choose to do. And you could say it's a lot of individuals all choosing it simultaneously, but we are all choosing the same thing, and we're doing it through an organized manner in order to make that choice effective. Okay, so there are individual choices in which no one else really cares or has any interest in. Okay, and then there are collective choices. There are common choices in which you want to get a lot of people to agree on the same thing, okay? And they're very, very vital. Now, I will somewhat agree with you that, public good, government doesn't always represent public good, especially when it's corrupt, okay? But the concept of choice and collective choice, I think, is still a valid one. I think it's something that the psychologists did not consider, that part of the psychology of humans is that they tend to dichotomize into categories, when I think this idea of choice is more of a continuum. I don't see it as being opposites, okay? I see it as being part of the same thing, choosing things either individually or choosing things as an organization, part of an organization. It still involves choice, okay? So it's all choice. Unless you're sitting there completely apathetic, it's all choice. I choose to post to YouTube because I care about what choices people make as a democratic organization. So anyways, that's it for now. Thanks.